Hi everyone, and this is our first video of our Pacific adventure. I'm Max.
I'm Marla, and we'd like to give a shout out to our two favorite people, Hannah and Landon. Hi guys,
Hi
we
kids.
love you.
And so we've been sailing now for 5 days. We've yet to see land, but that comes tomorrow. We will be in Honolulu tomorrow. And so this video will focus on what we did on the ship for the last 5 days.
Starting with the people. We've met some really interesting people from all over the world. One of the biggest things that we discovered is it seems like everyone we've met from the UK, their name is Peter, which is easy for us because we don't have to worry about not remembering their name. Most of the other passengers have been really good. Everybody's very nice. There's, of course, some people who are always going to be a jerk, and you're going to have that anywhere you go. And we haven't decided if they're either rude or stupid, but we've decided they're probably both. And our term when we see people like that is to say we feel sorry for their dogs, just to laugh off their stupidity.
We found that signed in LA right before we boarded the ship, and it kind of lets us put humor to their stupidity. So that's been our thing.
We have been very active for the most part. We've been walking 4 to 5 miles around the promenade deck, which is where we've run into some of the stupid, rude people. We've been averaging probably 15,000 or so steps a day and about 40 flights of stairs per day because we've opted not to take the elevator. And it just gives us lots of exercise for the food that we're eating.
Yeah, for the most part, that's been pretty good, but we have to watch it. So I'm going to go through our daily routine, just if anyone's interested. We wake up way too early. I mean, we woke up way too early before we got out here, but we're now, I think, 5 time zones away from our normal time zone. And so it just gets worse and worse. Like this morning, we were in the 24/7 coffee shop they have here. I think I got down there about 3 in the morning. And you got down shortly after.
Yeah, around 4.
And so, but anyway, we usually wake up early, go down to the coffee shop and catch up on the world, check on your weather, which has been not so great, and just kind of ease into our morning. And then we'll, like Marianne said, then we usually we'll do our walk around the promenade deck. And after that, we'll have breakfast in the main dining room and just kind of get started on our day.
Right. One of our first activities is Speedy Sudoku, which I won the first day, and was my big prize was 2 rubber princess coasters. So we will be bringing those home. They will not be staying here.
One of the activities I've been doing in the morning, or trying, I haven't done as much of it as I'd like to, but it's pickleball. They have a pickleball court here, and the people there are great. And it's pretty, and there's some people better than others, some worse, like always, but no one, the variation is not that great. And it's just a great group of people. But the problem is there's one court, and so they play to 7. And you play your one game, and then you sit for probably 5 games waiting to play again. So in the course of an hour, you probably played for 10 minutes and sat for 50 minutes. So I've kind of eased out of that. We'll see if that changes after we get to Hawaii and a different group of people get on board.
Yeah, the surprising thing that I thought, just to add on to the pickleball, was you would think it would be way too windy, but the location of the pickleball court is in a spot on the back of the ship that is blocked from the wind going forward. So it makes it actually very, very nice.
One of the activities we tried to do was learn to hula dance. We thought that would be fun. And so we show up to the hula dancing lesson. And little did we, I think this was the 3rd day they offered it on the ship, and didn't realize it was progressive. And so these people already knew how to do everything. And so we quietly just snuck out the back door. And so our hula skills are still the same as they were when we left Kansas City.
Which is non-existent. And then we go on to our evening routine. We usually go to one of the bars and have an evening pre-dinner cocktail. We have dinner either the main dining room or one of the specialty restaurants, and then we go to. There's lots of evening activities you can do. The big shows. You can do. Um, some lounge things, but we usually do either karaoke, trivia, game shows, um, just something where we don't really participate. It's not as officially, we do our own thing, but it's fun to watch people and see what the answers are because they've come up with some really bizarre questions on the trivia that I don't know how anybody would know, but surprisingly people get most of them right, so we've decided they're all cheating.
Yeah. And instead of letting someone else grade their answers, you grade your own answers. So some people are obviously way too competitive, and you're competing for trivia, which is silly.
Yeah, you maybe win some more coasters.
Yeah. One fun activity yesterday while everyone was shoveling snow back east of us, we actually were out on the pool deck and watched the at least the AFC championship game, and that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of people, and it was actually our first sunny day.
Right. We haven't been to any of the stage productions yet, which I know that's probably controversial for some who've been on cruises, but it really isn't our thing. I think of it as a bunch of high school theater kids who are still doing the silly plays they did in high school. They haven't grown up. So I'm sure we'll start seeing some shows. The trivia eventually get boring, but for now we're having fun with that. The exception, it wasn't really one of the stage shows. It's a lounge show, which is maybe splitting hairs. This last night we went and saw these two, I think of them as acrobats, but they were really talented. They did a lot of things. Yuri and Nato, but it was a nice show.
It was a nice show. It was interesting. Kind of a circusy, acrobatic, I guess is what you'd call it. I think that's how they described it. But it was entertaining.
So, describe real quick the dinners here. Marianne mentioned the main dining room, and in addition to that, you have a couple of other options. You can always go to buffet, but we're really not buffet people either. That's where I think everyone gains their pound per day on the ship because there's just way too many temptations and none of them are good for you.
And are more susceptible to getting germs to get sick. So
Right. So we've been hanging out mainly in the main dining room, but there are two specialty restaurants. One's an Italian restaurant. One is a steakhouse, and we've been to both and they're good, but we're going to cover those in a different video. So in this one, we're going to just focus on the main dining room. And the meals have been really great.
Right. They definitely, the good thing is most of them, it's a manageable portion. So they're not trying to over, stuff you. And the food quality is good. We haven't had anything that was bad. Maybe things we didn't prefer, necessarily. Like yesterday, I ordered avocado toast for breakfast, and I told them no smoked salmon, but smoked salmon came on it, and I was fine. I can take it off, but it was a ton of smoked salmon. So you kind of feel bad almost wasting, some of the food, but other than that, I mean, it's been amazing.
And the staff
is... Yeah.
We have two, we're in a part of the main dining room that's separate from the majority of the people. And so we have the same wait staff, and Princess and Valent have been
amazing.
They know us. They know what we're going to probably order before we order it, and that just makes the whole process so much better.
And they are food pushers.
Oh, they do.
They try to get us to eat things we really don't want.
Right. We're going to touch base on cocktails. I thought this was interesting. They had a cocktail of the day one day, and it was an old fashioned. They called it a Maclo Gold old fashioned. I didn't know what that meant, but Maclo Gold is a very expensive whiskey. I pulled it up afterwards, and it costs almost $300 for a bottle. And so the old fashioned was $30 just for one drink. And if you, we're put a picture up here, but it looks like they gave me about a half of a drink. But no, that was the full drink. I hadn't drank half of it and then took a picture. That was what you got. And as our good friend Brad would say, you don't put expensive whiskey in an old fashioned, and that was definitely a classic case for that.
Right. Next, another thing just to branch out and try things, since we do have the drink packages, we went to one of the small bars called Good Spirits, and I had a cocktail called the Vanilla Sky that was good, just very, very sweet. I probably drank a quarter of it. Dennis had the key lime martini, which I'll let him describe, other than he didn't like the coconut they put on the rim.
The rim was supposed to have graham cracker like stuff on the rim, and instead he decided to be artistic and go with coconut, and I hate coconut. I hate everything about coconut. And so it would, I thought key lime would be, martini would be fun. I love key lime pie, so what's not to like? But it was okay. And really, foo-foo drinks are not our thing.
No.
So,
but this is the time to try them.
Yeah, they're free.
We've already paid for it.
Yeah.
So for the next week, or at least the next 4 days, we will be in the Hawaiian Islands. Tomorrow we will be in Honolulu. The next day we port at Nawiliwili, which is Kauai. Then we're in Kahului, Maui, and then Kona, Hawaii, the Big Island. It looks like, at least for the next couple of days, the weather is going to be really nice, sunny, we hope, 75 to 80. And then after we visit those 4 ports, we're back to 5 more days at sea until we get to French Polynesia next week.
Right. So that's pretty much a wrap for this. We really want to keep them short, just give you a few updates and some pictures of what's going on. So, like I say, we're planning on posting every week, but so look for the next video in 5 to 7 days. But we will not be sending notifications or emails or anything every time we post. We've notified most of you. That's how you found this video. So, if you want notification on the upcoming ones, please subscribe. We're not these YouTube geeks that are trying to monetize this. It's purely because we're lazy and we're just not going to notify people every time we post a video. So please subscribe if you want to see more of these. And the other thing is, we're talking about things that we thought were interesting, and next week you'll see pictures from the ports and things like that. But if you have something you're interested in, text us.
Or comment in the comment section.
Put something in the comment section. Email us, because we want these to be interesting and hopefully entertaining for you, and give you a view of what we're doing on this. But if we're not hitting things you'd like to see, we'd love to know that. So until next time, aloha.
Aloha.